Hi guys, today's video is all about the 3 pillars to wealth. Leaving just one of these important areas out is going to make becoming wealthy very difficult. Leaving just 2 out is going to make it almost impossible. So guys, today's video is all about making sure we've got all 3 in our life and working effectively. So with that, let's jump in. Hey guys, today's video is all about, yes, the 3 pillars to wealth. My name's James Corsia and welcome to the Money Paradox podcast. We're all about helping you become financially free so you can focus on what you really want from life. So what are these 3 pillars? Well, before I do that, I want to get really clear on the definition of wealth. So wealth is the accumulation of money. And you might think, well, what's the point of that? Why build money? Surely it's about spending that money. That's how we have good time. But actually, if you want to become financially free, guys, it's wealth that you want to create, because with wealth, with money, access to money gives you opportunities. It gives you choices. And that is where freedom comes from. So you want to be moving towards wealth rather than being rich. Rich is having a high income. And it's actually what I would say most people tend to focus on, being rich rather than being wealthy. And you look at very successful people in the area of money, they tend to be wealthy guys, not rich. Now, the trouble with this area is that many role models out there in the area of money are the ones where they look wealthy. You can see that wealth, and that's where they're spending the money and not where they're not spending the money. The ones that tend to be very good from a wealth point of view, from a financially free point of view, is the ones that aren't spending the money. And those ones are kind of hidden behind the scenes unless you know about them, until they're brought into attention, like the likes of Warren Buffett, Ray Dalio, and so on. Okay, so what are those 3 pillars? The first is to earn, okay, guys, because it doesn't matter how good we are at the area of money. If we don't have money coming in, we don't have anything to play with, do we? So third thing is, you've got to go out and you've got to find some way of making money, whether it's a job with a company, whether it's your own business, whatever. You've got to get that earning potential, and it needs to be consistent, right? It's not dribs and drabs there. You've got to have that consistency in being able to earn money. Secondly, it is the ability to save, right? So you get that money coming in, you then need to be able to take a chunk of that and save it and build it for the future, to build into that wealth. What are the key things you want to be careful of in that area of saving? First is that there's a fundamental equation that you need to respect in money. And that is, whatever you earn equals whatever you spend plus what you save, okay? If you spend more than what you earn, you're not going to save. In fact, guys, you're going to get into debt. Now, it sounds really obvious, but guys, the amount of people I see doing this time and time again is more than it should be, right, guys? Debt in this country and all over, and I mean bad debt, is high, way higher than it should be, right? And that's because we're not respecting that really core equation when it comes to money. So first thing is, you want to balance that equation. You want to make sure you're earning more than what you're spending to allow yourself to save. Some of the things you want to be mindful of in this area: 1, be consistent. Again, it's all about consistency. You aren't going to win this race in a sprint. It's a marathon, guys. It's a process that will permeate through your whole life, okay? If you want something that's going to make you rich and wealthy within a week, it's not going to happen. So that consistent ability to be able to save. And when you save, it's not saving to be able to spend. It's saving for that financial future. Okay, so it's not saving to buy a holiday in 6 months' time or for somebody's birthday. It's saving for your financial freedom, saving so that you have choices throughout your whole life, not just in the immediate or medium term. You can still save, guys, for those more infrequent things, but that is a separate matter. That's saving for long-term spending. In addition, you want to be saving for your financial future. Next, think about what you're spending your money on. So many things that we spend money on, and the vast majority of those things probably give you value. They give you enjoyment. That's why you spend the money on those things. But how much enjoyment do they give you? One thing might cost £10 and give you 100 units of enjoyment. Something else might cost you £1 and give you 1,000 units of enjoyment. Okay, many of the things that we value the most in life are free or very cheap. The better you are able to find those things that give you a huge amount of enjoyment and value and cost very little or nothing, the better you're able to have a great, awesome, happy, fruitful life whilst keeping your spending low. And that allows you to save consistently. Last thing I'll say is, if you're struggling in this area and trying to work out how to save, do a spending review. Go through each area one by one and look at it and think, do I need this? And if I do, what can I do to reduce the amount of money that I'm spending on it? In fact, what could I actually start spending on where I get more enjoyment so that I'm able to remove some of the other things that are in my life? And by that, you'll start to free up space to save. Now, guys, you might be sitting there thinking, well, easy for you to say, James, you earn loads. I'm earning very little. And so it's really hard for me to save. In fact, even if I do save, it's a very small amount. And you're right. If you just focus on saving, you're just not going to get anywhere. It's going to be a really, really tough uphill battle because you might be, working really hard to save some money, but it's a small amount. You're not going to get anywhere. So then we come back to earning. Okay, obviously you need to go out, get a job, get somewhere bringing in money. But as soon as you've then got those disciplines in place, that equation balanced, and you're saving, the next thing then to do is to go out and start to work out ways to increase your earning potential. Okay, and you might be thinking that, I just can't see how I can do that. I'm earning what I earn, and I just can't see a way to make more money. Okay. Guys, I really, really advise you to, if you think that way, to really challenge that mindset. There is always a way to make more money. There are plenty of people out there that are less intelligent than you, got less opportunities than you, and are making a lot of money. Okay? Now, I'm not saying everybody needs to go out and make millions of pounds a year. No. But being able to earn more will make things so much easier. And you might be thinking, well, in my career, where I am right now, what I'm doing with my current skill set, there's no way I can make more money. Fine, that might be the case. But what about you move to a new industry? What about if you learn a new skill? You start to learn about business, a new business idea. You start to move in to a different market, right? A different country. By thinking wide and big and outside the box, you're going to come up with a lot more opportunities that you can go after. Okay. And then lastly, invest. Okay. So it doesn't matter how much money you earn and how much of that you save. For you to really truly become wealthy, you want to be putting that money to work, to invest it. With interest rates so low, that money just sitting in the bank is going to do very little. The way to make your money work for you, to build in itself, is by investing it. And you don't need to be a rocket science here, guys. You don't need to be a day trader. You don't need to be Warren Buffett knowing what all those amazing companies are. You just need to be actively investing your money. Okay, just by following the market, by investing in the market, you're going to get a much higher return in the long run than just keeping your money in a bank. Now, don't get me wrong. You can't just put your money into any kind of investment and just trust that it's going to go up. You need to understand the principles of investing, and there's plenty of videos I've covered on that topic and many others have, okay? So you need to educate yourself in the area of investing. You want to make sure you're following those core principles that will set you up for success, but you do need to invest. If you don't, it's going to be a lot more difficult. You can be financially secure, you can have money saved for a rainy day, for an emergency, but if you want true wealth, true financial freedom, you need to have that money invested, because by doing that, the money that you've already saved can make money in itself, and you then are able to get to that point, that tipping point, where the money that you have, the wealth that you have, is actually generating wealth itself, and it can generate more wealth than you need that you spend in your day-to-day life. And by getting to that point, you're able to be financially free without earning any further income. Now, that might feel like a long way off. It depends where you are. But trust me, guys, it's all three areas that are important, okay? With just one, it's never going to work, okay? It doesn't matter how much you save. If there's no money to save, you're not earning. You're not going to get anywhere. It doesn't matter how much you earn if you're not spending it. Sorry, if you're not saving it. If you're not saving it, guys, if you just allow your cost of living to increase every time you make more and more money, you're never going to accumulate it. You're never going to become wealthy. And it doesn't matter how good you are an investor. Let's say you can reliably get 30, 40% a year return, far higher than the market and the vast majority of people can obtain. If you haven't got money to invest, if you're investing a very small amount of money or nothing, you're not going to get anywhere. You're not going to become wealthy. So it's the three together that is the powerful combination that brings true wealth. And even if you leave one out, it's going to be tough, guys. It's all three you need to focus on. Because by focusing on all three, you don't have to be a master in any of these. You can just do the basics. You can follow the 80-20 rule. You can do that 10, 20%, that easy bits at the bottom. It's very simple to apply and understand. And if you do that in all three areas, you will become wealthy. Maybe not tomorrow, maybe not next month, but in time, you will become wealthy. I assure you, it's happened in my life and it's happened in many of the people that I follow and I know. Last thing I'll say, guys, is it is very tempting to just pursue one or two of these, because often there's one that we feel more comfortable in, that we're more knowledgeable in, that's easier for us. And there's often one or two that are difficult for us, that makes us feel uncomfortable, that we know we're a bit rubbish at. And that is often the case. We tend to make up for areas that we're kind of rubbish in by overdoing the other areas, the ones that we feel strong in. And I know that's tempting and it makes us feel good. But trust me, in this particular area, it is not effective, okay? So think about it. Which of these three areas do you feel you are not doing as well in? Which one? Is it earning? Is it saving? Or is it investing? Maybe it's all three. But pick one. What is the one that you feel least effective in? And I would encourage you over the next week to start to think about how you can improve in that area. So guys, let me know in the comment section below which of those three is the one that you are going to be working on over the next week, and what kinds of things do you think is going to improve your wealth by focusing on that area. Guys, I hope you had a great week. I'll see you next week with another set of powerful content. If you've liked it, please do like the video. If you'd like to see my future videos each week, please do subscribe so you'll get awesome notifications. And if you've got desires for specific content, further areas that you'd like me to go into, please let me know in the comment section below. Take care, and I'll see you soon.